Casey Edwards, physical therapist at Virginia Therapy and Fitness Center. At Virginia Therapy and Fitness Center, we see a lot of people who suffer from low back pain. There's a lot of different causes of low back pain out there, and to go into detail on each different case and diagnosis, it would be basically the equivalent of a graduate level course. So the purpose of this video is to give you some things to try at home that can alleviate pain from a plethora of different causes. You can go through about 5 different exercises and mobility activities, and hopefully all of them together will target the cause of some of your pain, give you some relief, and will give us some information as well on what we can do to help you in your plan of care. All right, so the first muscle energy technique we're going to do is a leg scissor technique. I have Kat from Virginia Spine, one of our great PAs, here to demonstrate for us. So you're going to stand with feet spread apart in a little bit of a staggered stance. Both knees have to be straight here. What you're going to do is you're going to do an isometric contraction, pulling the heel of the front foot towards the toes of the back foot. You're not going to see any movement, and I only want it to be about 20 to 50% as hard as you can, so not the absolute hardest. You're going to hold that for 10 seconds, and then we're going to switch and go to the other side. You're going to go through this rotation 3 times, so that's 3 times on each side, and then you're going to move on to this next exercise. So the second technique we're going to do is seated, the 2 techniques here. So you're going to start with a towel or a belt or something just around the legs, as Kat has here. Go ahead and tighten that up and make a nice loop there. So you're going to do the same set of contractions, but this time we're pushing out at about 20 to 50%, holding for 10 seconds. You're going to do that 3 times. And then we're going to switch. If you get a soccer ball or a foam roller, something to throw between your knees, you're going to hold that between your knees. You're going to do the same, but now squeezing in 3 times, 10 seconds. You might get a little bit of a cavitation or a pop this time, kind of around the pelvic region. That's okay. That's sort of what we're aiming for realignment, kind of a little bit of a reset. Okay, the next part of our sequence is a little bit of a rotation. Again, you can get a little bit of a cavitation or a pop on this one. So I have Kat with her knee propped up on a foam roller. You can use anything, even another rolled up towel in this case. You're going to start on your side. We're going to do this on both sides. What I want you to do, you're going to put the low hand on top of the knee there, just to kind of hold the knee on the ground. And then imagine you're pulling a bow and arrow as you reach back for the floor behind you. Take 5 deep breaths here just to let that expansion and rotation set in, and then flip and go ahead and go to the other side. Okay, so the last exercise we're going to do is a great one for the back of the hip, a little bit of a posterior hip cap mobilization. So you're going to straighten your left leg in this case, Kat. Good. And then you're going to swing that leg around the outside. Now what I want you to do is you're going to sink back towards your heels a little bit just so we get the belly button directly over the kneecap. And this stretch should be felt in the vertical thigh, and it should be kind of a deep hip stretch. You're going to hold this for about 30 seconds to a minute. It should feel really good.